Продолжим проходить игру Elex. Лирики Игнадона. За о, сейчас прогружайся, давай. Галип какой-то. Ничего, и долго так будет. Ну-ка, выйдем на секундочку. Что тут у меня заголю? Ну, попробуй. Сейчас загрузиться. А что, все низко стоит? Че это за... Сейчас. Что-то изменилось с последнего запуска. Настройки. Качество среднее. почему картинка-то изменилась? Да, нет, рисовки тоже у меня. Все завис нахер. Не? Потому что что-то как-то. Качество текстур. Ну, тут сок. Тоже у меня все, думаю, нормально было. А то тут бабах. Так, нам надо где-то передрыхнуть. Ладно, спать до утра. Сейчас. Так. Все, отключились. Теперь ручная граната. Леса. Короче, надо тут потрындеть с кем-нибудь и найти что-нибудь у них задание. Наверное, мы вступим в ряды клириков.
You should think about leaving.
Ночной стражник говорит, иди отсюда нахрен. Изящная чаша. Опа. Распрыгались не то. Так, ладно, мне не сюда, пойду потрындю. Потрындю маленько. С главным ихним. Может, он мне что и расскажет. Внушитель.
Move along, civilian.
Рася говорит, давай иди отсюда. Не к тебе пришел я, что ты меня принял. Алоис.
Yes. Is there something urgent? I have a lot to do, as you can imagine. This city does not run itself. So, please excuse me if I'm short with you. This city is made up of a whole mass of confusion. Everyone looking for a new start. No one able to forget their past. They need a leader to hold things together.
You're in charge here.
Well, let's say that I'm the person holding all these threads together. There's no ruler here, we all work together. Everyone here wants something. Whatever you're searching for, it will only add to the list of demands we already face. And providing for the people we already have is a logistical challenge. That means to accommodate everyone we're on strict rations, and those rations have to be earned.
It seems I'm not the only one collecting waifs and strays, and setting them on the right path.
You've been helping people. Then maybe you can understand what we have built.
You've done a good thing here.
How long have you been in charge of the Dome City?
I've been in office for 8 years now, and it hasn't been easy. Maintaining a neutral position to the factions while fighting the Albs. By Kalan, there really are more pleasant posts they could have appointed me to.
No.
What if someone wanted to replace you?
Some have tried, yet I am still here. This city was created by the Great Council of Magalan. They made the clerics custodians of this place and their legacy. The Great Council may be long gone, but what they stood for, a unity of purpose, a future for all of Magalan together, that is something we still believe in here. So, it is our job to remain neutral. It is our job to serve all, no matter their background. however hard our residents make it for us.
У тебя много проблем в городе, спросим.
Are you having a lot of trouble here in the city?
Keeping the factions together is always an issue. The outlaws are always up to something, but things have gotten worse, and to cap it all, we've had a sharp rise in thefts. I believe an organized group has started operating here. Not the usual outlaws. This group seems to be outside the factions. From the little I've heard, they're more like a secret society than your regular set of theft mongers. I've offered a large bounty for any information that leads to their capture. And capture would be best. I want to find out who their connections are. If you can find out more about this secret society, I can make you rich.
Listen, the council is gone. Why care about what they said?
You don't think that was a better time? Laws for prisoner exchange that assured borders, set rules for trade. Even if you don't care about the blood spilled since the council's rule was broken, the clerics swore to a code, and that includes keeping our oaths. And an oath was sworn to the council by my forefathers. That makes it my duty to see that oath is kept.
How are things here in the Dome City?
Tense. The battles out there are always reflected in here. Tensions run high if the outlaws attack the clerics, or the clerics attack the berserkers. And there's always the fear of an alb invasion. Those tensions drive greed, anger, and fear. There is war out there, and here your shards will be stolen from your hand if you aren't careful. It's like the world has gone crazy.
Почему все пошло наперекосяк?
Why have things become so bad?
Yes, a whole host of reasons. Maybe it would help you if I tell you how things are. The berserkers have lived more and more reclusively ever since the pilgrim went into his retreat. The outlaws are more organized now the Duke has taken power, and the Alb separatists seek shelter with us to escape the powers in Zakor. All told, very dark signs that we'd face another global catastrophe. And here we are, in the middle.
Is there something I can help you with?
If you want to help, there is something that has to be taken care of quickly. You must have noticed that the mood is very heated here. One more issue, one wobble, and everything we've held together here will fall to pieces. One of my people has reported that the outlaws are expecting a weapons delivery. The last thing that this city needs is more weapons. And who knows who the outlaws will sell them to. I want you to intercept this delivery and bring it to me.
About the outlaws' weapons delivery. I'll take care of that problem for you.
Good. Very well then. Your target is a woman. Her name is Paige. Get her talking and hope that she brings you in on her plan. Take these shards. You may need them to buy yourself some trust. You'll have to find Paige yourself. She's a slippery customer, and we've lost track of her.
Contact? Is there something I should know about her?
Apart from the fact that she's one of the outlaws, no. As soon as you get those weapons, or any information, just make sure you bring them to me.
You've been using informers to try and catch them?
Of course. Information is key to keeping the peace. But there are always things you miss. And missing things leads to nasty surprises. And I'd rather be the one dealing those out than receiving them. Particularly when it comes to outlaws. Are you going to show me that you are the exception?
Так, вот и задание подъехало.
I'm sorry. Unless this is official business, you should move on.
What? Who's there? It's about time.
Дурацок выпусти. Посмотрим. Трайли. Пойдем побазарим с Пейдж. Надо было клирку взять с собой. Вернусь, наверное. Вот она идет. Пейдж.
Oh yeah? Huh. What do we have here? Fresh meat?
You had better not mean that literally.
Go on, growl again. Growl. How did you get the guard to let you into the dome? I'd watch out. They're probably trying to recruit you. You wouldn't be the first to come here looking for shelter only to end up bowing down to Kalan. However you got in, you're going to find it even harder to get out. The clerics are a little jumpy at the moment. You might say paranoid. So when they do let someone in, it does make me wonder who they are and why the clerics thought letting them in was a good idea.
Да, ответный вопросик.
If it's so hard to get in, what are you doing here?
I got in before things got so paranoid. And I came here for profit, of course. Lots of nervous people close to the Alps tend to be willing to invest shards in their safety, you see. And getting hold of supplies is hard out here. So, if you can get them, you can sell them for a high price. Well, that was the plan. Now, the clerics have stopped me trading and cut off all the supplies.
And you just let them do that?
Of course I didn't let them. But getting around their ban isn't simple. It's impossible to get by the guards without an ID card. And they took mine from me as part of their crackdown. Now they say I'm causing trouble. But what else is a businesswoman supposed to do when she has her business taken from her?
About your trade ban.
Yeah, don't tell me. Trading weapons can pose a danger to the community. But this is about self-defense. The only person who can stop a person with a gun is a person with an even bigger gun. Am I right? I mean, what? Are we supposed to throw rocks at the Albs when they attack? But the clerics want to keep all the guns for themselves and screw the rest of us. They call it neutrality, but I say it's oppression.
Sounds like you could use some help.
Yes. Yes, I could. Still, let's say he's right. And that I could get a hold of supplies. Not from Tavar, obviously. They've blocked that route. Let's say I could get some weapons from the Separatists, for example. Let's say they have weapons and need shards. And that they also have the business acumen of a stunned troll, so they need a salesperson. Me, for example. What if I was to say that? And what if I was to say that I have to find someone who could enter and leave the city freely? If I was to say that, then what would you say?
Do you really think you can trust the Separatists?
I can't leave without profit. Hell, right now I can't eat without profit. So I need this deal. So if you blab, what have I lost? Nothing. And without any guns to show, it's just your word against mine. And even Alois isn't going to see that as justice.
I could help you get your weapons.
Good. Right. So, this is what you need to do. Leave the city and find a separatist called Radok. I think he's a separatist. But whatever he is, he's a mad fucker. I can't make sense of most of what he says. But he has the weapons, and he likes trade. I think he likes trade. It's hard to tell. He wants to sell the weapons, but you'll have to work on him, okay? He won't just hand them over.
Где мне найти?
Where can I find Radok?
Up in the Highlands. When we last spoke, he told me he was going to head over to the northeast. He mentioned an abandoned wind turbine. With luck, he'll still be out there.
Мы, говорит, ее потеряли. Она вон сидит.
Just one more term. Then I can retire.
Понятно, тебя пока. Хер, ты не хочешь болтать, не хочешь узнать новость. Ну и ладно.
Well, there's not always an easy answer.
Hey, have you got a few shards for a veteran? Help me out and I'll tell you about the city.
A couple of shards could save us more if he does know something useful.
Useful? I can be useful.
What do you think? Will you give him something?
Держи.
There, take this.
Thanks. Thank you. Oh, I won't forget this. And since you have helped me, I'll make sure my contacts hear about it. You help me, I'll help you. Come back in a few days, yeah? I'll have something that might interest you.
Tell me about the city.
Right, well, where to start? First off, a lot of people are avoiding the north of the city. This place always has something going on, but right now, there's really something brewing. That means the north isn't exactly welcoming unless you're a thug. The western section's safer. You're okay there as long as you don't break the law or look funny or say something the clerics don't like. The southern part, well, that is really quiet. Nothing really happens there, but wherever you are, you should know the clerics are watching. Alois, he runs this place and he hates thieves and beggars and trouble causers and pretty much anyone. He thinks he's God's messenger or something, and that means he's got one big old stick up his ass. So don't piss him off. If you ignore anything else, don't ignore that advice. Don't piss off the clerics. There now, you are fully informed.
Понятно. Этих не злить, тех не трогать. Ну, скоро они изменят мнение о нас. Так, жареного мяса никого не оставалось. Бургер с кровью.
That isn't enough. That isn't enough.
И есть.
That isn't enough.
Опа. Рубанули. Руба. Это здесь, и тут стоит человечек. Надо сохраниться перед этим человечком. Бомби. Понятно. Хера себе. Так. Ну, по идее, да? А там что такое? Ну, давай глянем. Какие-то другие твари.
Let's go.
Так, миска надо схавать.
These are the things we're fighting for.
Я, по-моему, что-то был, да? Сказано. Пригодится. О, делится. Целебная.
No.
земледельца. Такси. Это как ее. Ну, дурак. Металла. Золотой слиток взять по-любому. Не оставлять же ее. Так, а тут все. Ладно, пойдем дальше по заданию. Так, куда нам надо было двигать? Под мост. Сейчас видим миска. Рядышком. Сохранимся сразу. Ладно. Вверху убил. Ну давайте. Да, так мы спят зажали.
That isn't enough.
Хлеба нету. Пока не буду дожали. Рейду. Сохранюсь еще раз.
You once possessed great Elex abilities, didn't you? You're probably a soldier from Zakor, possibly even a commander, but you are now free from Elex, and from the orders that come from the heart of Zakor. Have you come here to die like the clerics that I just killed? Or are you here to trade?
I'm not here to fight you.
Good. That would benefit neither of us. I have traveled alone since I left Zakor, and I wish to remain so. Still, if you have information to give me, that would be useful. Information and shards are what an alb needs to survive in the lands of the free people. Not that either of those things help these clerics keep their lives.
Tell me about the fight with the clerics.
They're fanatics. They attacked me without question. I was left with no choice but to kill them. Well, I killed two. There are two others nearby who are prolonging their lives by hiding. It's good you aren't one of them. The dangers that we separatists face are increasing every day, and the followers of Kalan offer us nothing but threats. But I have business to conclude before we speak. It seems there are two followers of Kalan nearby who are anxious to see their god in person, and I must send them on their way. Quickly, decide. Will you stand with me in battle?
Меня это не касается.
This is none of my business.
You disappoint me. For if you don't stand with me, that must mean you are my enemy.
ran. That dog really believed he could get away from us. Separatist or Alb, they're all impure. And he paid the price with blood. We're leaving this position as soon as the troop commander gives the signal. If you need something from him, you should speak to him now.
Now the Alb is dead. Kalan's will has been carried out. Here, a symbol of his mercy. Now, it is time to take the fight to Zakor. May Kalan guide your path in safety until the Albs are defeated.
Да. Вот ехал барняга. Ну и ладно. Отъехал и отъехал. Бывает всякое. Попробуем сходить в парень. Это новость электорату. Если он, конечно, примет. Если нет, значит вернусь к ней и расскажу, что ему. Что ему настала крышка.
About the Outlaw's weapons delivery. I have what you wanted.
I'm glad to hear it. I hope that the goods are all here.
Look for yourself.
Good. I wanted the whole shipment intact. Here, your reward. Ah yes, the weapons dealer. How is he doing? Is he still alive?
The dealer is dead.
Good. Kalan's judgment is ever present. You have my thanks, and I'm sure Kalan's as well.
Нам апнули уровень.
Yeah, if you say so.
Ох, изгоем, я перейду дорогу, почувствую. Ох, перейду. Ты что ли?
Do you have my delivery?
You can forget it.
Well, with that tone, I can imagine what happened.
Just get out of here. Go on. Just go.
Someone's gonna sort
Get
this shit out
lost,
before
you
we drown in
assholes.
it. Check the supplies. Be ready in case they return.
Так, 6 для стрелкового оружия нужно, да? 25. Нет, точно не надо, потом еще для тяжелого оружия я подхожу. И так. Интеллект тут можем, мог как бы херачить. Внушение. Магия. Ты считай, на 2 поднять. Мощная, да, хитрость нужна. Граната. Убийца мутантов. Хитрость тоже нужна. Хитрость, хитрость, хитрость. Ну. Опа. Ну, 33 сделаем, остальное в хитрость 4 очка. Пока вкачаю. И мне нужно, чтобы потом меня научил кто-то стрелковому оружию. Так, и надо. Тут, по-моему, клерка, да? Не. А, да, тут в этом периметре он ждется. Сейчас сохранюсь, слетаю куда? Позову его с собой. И что, потом вернемся.
This could be challenging.
Это будет непросто. Не, наверное, тут мы не разберемся. Так, так. Поехали. Так.
Yes, you can come with me, if you think you can follow my orders.
Yes, I can do that. You will not regret this decision. Together we fight. Together we fall.
I'm not planning on falling, and I can't see you doing much fighting.
Where should we meet if we become separated?
There's an abandoned camp in the ruins to the west of Goliad. We can meet there.
Understood. Meet at the abandoned camp.
Ну-ка, расскажи.
Tell me more about the materials you need.
Certainly. Every component found is another step towards the liberation of Magalan. At least so I've been told. I don't actually know what these components are supposed to do. But the cleric who told me to come here insists it will change the world.
Do you want to start by telling me what you're doing? What components are you looking for?
Yes, I should tell you the full list. We need, a sensor module from the converter. A high-performance CPU of the type the Albs use. My research suggests the best place to locate that would be out in the war zone in Abessa.
It sounds like you're collecting the pieces for a drone.
Maybe. I had thought of that. But we also need Garudium. That's a metal found in the comet crater in Ignodon. A hydraulic joint, the sort found in pre-war machines. I should be able to locate that in the scrap piles near the outlaw forts.
A hydraulic joint?
Yes. A Type 702, if we can get one. But anything of that sort will be adequate. And I'll also need a miniature Elex battery, the sort the Albs use in their ritters.
And that's the full list?
Yes, you'd better save it to your adjutor.
У меня ничего нету.
About these components you need.
Yes?
I have the sensor module.
Then we are a step closer. The cleric who sent me to do this will be pleased.
So, you're a cleric?
Me? I am a... what's the word? An advocate.
So we'll need to take these components back to Ignodon?
Perhaps. Or to Tavar. It's all very secret. But I can locate the cleric that sent me. When our mission is complete, I can give you the coordinates. But please remember, this is a secret mission. It was a legate from the Hort that sent me, and he is very knowledgeable. It is my honor and my duty to serve him.
Serve him?
Serve and assist. It is Cal Ern who we serve, and the legate is his voice to me. I must follow his instructions. In Cal Ern we trust.
Sure, if you say so.
Oh, yes. In Cal Ern we trust. All clerics believe in Cal Ern. You must speak to my legate. I must follow his instructions. He a cleric legate from the Hort Monastery.
Sure, whatever you say. Come with me.
You already have enough company. I would only get in the way.
That was well done.
Придется, дурак, тебя отправить.
You should go to the camp in Idan.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Yes.
Поменяли. Дураса на Фалка. Фальк. Извини, дурас, но я сменю одежду. Ну-ка посмотрим заданица. Батареи по всему это что ли разбросано? Это перед фортом, так я понял. Это боевые действия, наверное. Это недалеко отсюда. Сейчас можно попробовать сюда. Так что там? Пойдем. Так. Вон пойдем. Нихера, только дубиночка-то. Да, были. Да, я карту сверюсь. Не, в другую сторону мы идем. Нам надо назад. Вот на ту метку. Ну-ка, поспи еще. Спать до полудня. Все. Я выспался. Пойдем. Сейчас правильно идем. Да. Только где-то на горах. Да, уходи давай. Не хотел. А, он здесь. А, нет, не здесь. Да, что-то это... Хера себе. Ну что там? Ой, это интересно, нет? По выступам, что ли, попробовать? Сейчас попробуем накопиться. Ай. Тихо, не подпирай. Да ё-моё, ну. Надо бахнуть. Тут. Эй, блядь.
Fascinating.
Да, чуть по башке не надавали. Мяска покушаем. Жареного. Еще кусочек. Сохранились, пошли дальше. Чуть не чухурили на. сюда хоть идем. Да, рядышком где-то. Вот так надо, а не как в прошлый раз увидели и отъехали почти что. Так, нам сюда, да? Ну, куда-то сюда, сверху где-то, понятно. Потому что есть заход. Лежит разбитый.
About these components you need.
Yes?
I have the miniature Elex battery.
An example of how Elex has revolutionized technology. We might not have the resources our ancestors did, but look what the clerics have achieved since.
This is the work of the clerics?
It is Calern's will. Only the clerics believe in science and study. Only the clerics had the capability to fabricate these things. The technology that has been preserved, the technology that has been designed here, Magdalene must thank the clerics for all of it. The clerics are not to blame for the elves.
You seem pretty certain about that.
Calern's will is to help all through technology. So my legate says. So you will learn when you see him.
Sounds like Kalan has it all planned out.
Excellent.
Так, это сделали. Теперь нам... В городе не было, что ли, телепорт? Я не нашел. Ну ладно. Телепортируемся тогда сюда. Пойдем. Ух ты. Ой, ну-ка. Сохранись, это что за тварь? Хера. Нормально так. Ладно, сохранился. А то сейчас бы в дыньку-то меня Уж пошли обойдем это все. Хрень все это. Мы для таких товарищей. Привет. Слушай. Да вот, ну сейчас тоже сохранимся, надо сходить, посмотреть, кто там. Весело. Ну, правильно ей. Да, потихоньку все. Все потихоньку, все помаленьку.
Commander Jax, I was wondering if I would see you again. You've stopped taking Elex. You look different.
Have we met before?
Not personally, but every alb knows of your achievements. Everyone heard of your crash. We were told you had been executed, but recently I heard rumors of someone who sounded like you. I began to suspect you were still alive.
Why aren't you with your unit?
It seems like we have shared similar fates. I've been cut loose from Zekor. I can't go back. I have to find a new way to fulfill my destiny.
Are you with the Separatists?
Psh, those idiots don't even know what they want. They are weak, overcome by emotion. They've abandoned the hybrid because of primitive fear, and with no idea what they will do instead. Weak, stupid, emotional. While I have had to leave Zekor, I believe in the hybrid. It is through his insight that we will survive. His powers will bring order to Zekor.
So why aren't you still a loyal soldier of Zekor?
So why aren't you still a loyal commander of Zekor?
I still don't know the full story. Not all of it. But I failed a mission for the hybrid, and there were albs there, ready to stage an execution. I was fortunate. I fell from a cliff and they presumed I was dead. I've been trying to recover my strength and get answers since then.
Then your executioner also failed. They will have to execute him when they discover that.
There. That's my story. So now it's your turn. So tell me why you left Zekor.
I believe there are ways to make albs stronger. That there are ways we can share minds to strengthen them.
The collective mind is part of the hybrid's strength.
Yes, but I did my own research into shared minds. I experienced what it is to be an alb, a true alb. But my efforts weren't appreciated. They rejected me. They drove me from Zekor. Now, I must live in exile.
They wouldn't exile you for research. Are you serious?
Yes. Look, you're in exile, I'm in exile. Here we stand, the two of us, both superior to the albs that serve the hybrid. You and I, we should be the ones to decide our fate. And theirs.
So what is your plan now?
The only thing that matters right now is taking heads of the albs who are hunting me. Once I have them, then I can think of the future. I want them dead. And I want their heads.
Cut their heads off? That should scare others off from pursuing you.
You can't scare Albs. No. If I get their heads, I can read their minds to learn how they plan to capture me. And I'm sure I can get you some useful tactical information when I do. Help me, and I will share my knowledge with you, provided you help me achieve my plan.
You really think you can read their minds?
If you bring me their heads, yes. Find my pursuers and bring me their minds.
There's no way this can work.
You sound like the Albs in Zakor. Are you still under the hybrid's control, or can you think freely now? The two of us are in the same position. We should work together.
Подумаю.
I'll think about it.
The Albs of Zakor won't think. They will act, and that will lead to our deaths. Come to me when you are ready to take action.
That was remarkable.
Все. Пойдем. Да. Поголовное изгнание. Ну давай. Чертяга. Ну. Пальцал. Ах ты. Чутка получил я по роже. Там прикольный дядька ходит. Но мы его трогать не будем. Смотри, сзади. О! Он там. Валим нахер. Ой! Откуда вас столько взялось? Ну ничего. Эй! Тын-тын-тын-тын-тын. Ну надо. Всем народом давай мочите. А я тут при чем? Толпой погнали.
I must remember these ruins. Can't believe that. I would like to return to them someday. This dome is truly a masterpiece of technology.
I need the shards. It's as simple as that.
Вот она в чем сила. Толпа.
Someone's gotta sort this shit out before we drown in it.
So annoying. So annoying.
Так. Всякий хлам, да?
I must remember this place.
Этих-то жабят мы можем херачить толпами. Так. Слушай, надо их обойти, я думаю. По низу. Нормально так. Тальба. Я думаю, что мы не справимся здесь с тобой. Нам придется пока забыть о твоем задании, мой друг. Процессором, потому что находится вот там, в здании. Это задание пока не выполнено. Да что ж вы тут минты наставили? Загрузиться проще. Так, ладно, какие еще задания есть? Надо сходить в коробку. Ключ от сундука.
Sir, requesting reinforcements. We are being overrun by civilians. Someone told them we were here. Someone has betrayed the project. This facility was supposed to be secret. Who told the world we were here?
I hadn't seen sunlight since the day the comet struck. Just for a moment. Just to escape those four walls. Oh, the air is so much fresher. I brought our last bottle of wine. What are you saying there?
Thank you for coming to us. Your application to Infinite Skies has been denied.
No! No, you can't deny me that! I passed the test! Please, check the forms again! Please, check them!
Коэффициентки. Это новое письмо. Записка. Зловещий запис. Здесь был Фред. Инвойс. Дорогие Уинстоны. Настоящий подтверждает, что ваш авиаплаченная сумма в размере 1999 за устройство PG 1991. Хрень какая-то. Вчера на меня снизошло откровение. Я сожалею о том, что сотворил, и был бы рад вернуть все как было. Мы, берсерки, должны научиться приспосабливаться, чтобы выжить в этом проклятом мире. Мы нашли свой путь, но это лишь начало. Мы возродили данные из безжизненных развалин, мы могли бы гордиться, но наш успех слишком хрупок. Мы теряем хватку, все сложнее становится убеждать молодое поколение в том, как важно уметь сражаться мечом магии, не поддаваясь искушению технологий. Мы должны оставить наследие, иначе все наши труды погибнут, как старый мир. Мы все еще планируем возродить весь Магалан, но наши корни уже начали гнить. Возможно, в конечном итоге мы придем к выводу, что старые законы утратили актуальность, и ради сохранения нашего общества нам нужны новые. Мы должны проявить гибкость, не потеряв при этом дух, который помог этой земле снова расцвести. письмо. Если ты еще раз стрясешь нас лишние деньги, свои жалкое дерьмо, то пойдешь своим травам на удобрение. Всякая хрень, старый флайер. Чуть
I would like to return someday.
Вернемся, но не сейчас. Там очень и очень опасно.
I would have liked to see the old world as it was before the comet.
I don't even want to know. Stop being an asshole.
What did you do to Cooper? He's completely fucked up. Just rambling about how happy he is.
I didn't do anything to him.
Shit. Then the suggesters must have got to him. He's had his mind totally scrambled. And those clerics call us outlaws.
Someone needs to go out there and kill every last raptor.
Most of them annoy me. All of them annoy me.
Если честно, думал, они обиделись на меня и захотят мщения. Я ничего не сделал с ним. Я его сдал. И все. А, во, не активировал.
This teleporter is active. It appears to be connected to another near the Hort in Ignadon.
Keep your pockets closed and your eyes open. Unless you want to end up shardless and dead at the hands of those damn outlaws.
С кем-то еще-то можно потрещать, что... Ну-ка, с тобой что-то там.
Ah, here you are now. I've not forgotten your philandering nature. Charity counts. So, could you help some friends of mine? They can offer you more than information, but you'll need to put some shards up first. Trust me, if I had the shards, I'd invest. But then if I had the shards, I wouldn't eat cardboard to stop feeling hungry, would I? But really, give them the shards. They'll make you rich.
Ты серьезно рассчитываешь получить от меня эликсир даже? Не сказал заранее, за что я плачу. Ну давай попробуем.
All right, but don't try and cheat me.
No, really, you're right to trust these guys. Come back tomorrow, right?
Смотри. Так. Работнички. Ну-ка, тут кто-то, может, важный.
So, you come here from Goliath?
Goliath? No. I was exiled to the valley before.
Здесь вот я не тусил особо, надо пройтись посмотреть, может, встречу кого-нибудь, кто захочет. Да, на верстаке я, наверное... Хо-хо-хо. Это надо.
About that.
Химия не изучена.
I don't know enough about that. I don't know enough about that.
Да.
Ah, the gift and treasures of travel. For it brings new encounters. So what are you? Merchant? Bounty hunter? Or a nobody, like most people out there?
Я не принадлежу никакой группировке.
I'm not in a faction.
Well, guess you're one lonely son of a bitch then, aren't you? Here, before you start begging for help, consider it a gift from the Duke. You gave me enough that I can share.
Keep your charity.
It isn't smart to refuse a gift from the boss. You should learn to appreciate his generosity.
How do people live here?
Here, smoke one with me, before you start bombarding me with questions, yeah? I have the best stuff here.
I don't smoke.
Well, that's your choice. From time to time, you need to open a door in your head and look inside, right? But if you won't, then all the more for me. That done, let's get into the real business.
What business?
Real business. A proper opportunity. You see, the clerics have had this city under their control for years. And the Duke thinks they're planning to take control everywhere, sooner or later. And he thinks the Dome City could be the starting point for their military campaign. So, my job is to find out if he's right. If there is something brewing that could be dangerous for us in Tavar.
What information have you gathered about the clerics?
Pretty much nothing so far. They've not been very loose-lipped around me. I must sorta stand out.
So, you want me to be your spy?
I want you to find out information. Now I can see in your eyes that you haven't fallen for the cleric's tricks. You aren't simple enough to believe every piece of troll shit you're fed.
What do you expect from me?
All that you have to do is get some answers out of somebody, and I've even got the guy lined up ready for you. His name is Lutz. He's one of Alois's technicians. As far as I know, he's trying to re-establish communications with the other clerics in Ignadon. While Alois will tell you the clerics here are neutral, separate from the ones in the Horde. Go and grill Lutz. Find out if there'll be an offensive soon. Do that, then come back to me as soon as you have any useful information.
Determining which faction to help against another is a very complex decision.
These shards should make it a lot easier.
I won't work against the clerics.
Against is such an ugly word. Let's just say you're working for filling your pockets with shards. That sounds much better.
I'm thinking about it.
Good. And while you're thinking about it, imagine what you can spend the shards on.
Сепаратисты и анархисты.
Are you here to seek shelter or to cause problems? This area is a sanctuary for refugees. There's nothing here for reavers, recruiters, or troublemakers.
I'm not a reaver.
Then I hope that means you're here to help.
What brought you out here?
This is a place away from the war. A place people can make up their minds without being pressured to join one of the factions. If the people here wanted to join a faction, they would have. But some people aren't ready for that. Or they've been cast out. They have to go somewhere.
So there's no faction in charge here?
Well, the clerics keep order, but it's not like the Horde where entry means you have to join them. Here you can forget about factions.
Are you always so edgy?
You know you wouldn't need to defuse things if you didn't get people wound up in the first place. Damn, this is like being back in Goliath all over again.
You're a berserker. Is Adan trying to conquer Abessa?
I don't answer to Adan. And these people belong to no faction. They belong only to themselves. I stand as their protector against anyone who would force them to do otherwise. My only connection to Adan is my magic. I wish it was more, but wishes don't make things so.
Тебя изгнали?
Have you been exiled from Goliath?
Exiled? No. There are those in Adan who want to use my magic for their own purposes. Ever since my power started to grow, they changed me. Their mana changed me, and that change just won't stop. I'm becoming stronger and stronger. It is terrifying.
If that's true, why don't you use your power?
I do, I have. But sometimes it overwhelms me. That's why I fight alone. If I lose control of a spell, there's a chance I could kill anyone and everyone around me. The warlords wanted to test me. Try my powers, to harness them. Now I need to find a solution myself. But to do that, I need to study the properties of Elex, to learn more about it.
I could use someone like you.
Use? There's a word I've heard too much. Well, count me out. I'm not interested in being used.
I could help you.
What do you know of what I need? What do you know of how to help me? Elex marks people. Mana, chems, exposure from food tainted by it. It stays with people. You have its mark on you. You're different somehow. What is it about you?
I took Elex in the past. Is that what you're seeing? Or is there something else?
Took it? You were fed it. You were an Alb soldier. Well, it seems we have something in common. We've both been fed Elex in one form or another. It's changed us. And neither of us know what that means we are now.
What do you think? My offer still stands.
And what exactly is it that you're planning?
I am going to end this war by taking the fight to the Elexitors. And I'm trying to put together a group skilled enough to win that fight.
And you think I'll take part in this?
In return, I will help your quest to find the Elex you're searching for. Then you can improve your magical abilities. You said yourself, the longer you are here, the more you fear your powers will overwhelm you. The longer you stay here, the more danger you put these people in. If you really want to protect them, you need to leave.
Even if that's true, why should I leave with you?
I was an Alb. I know Elex and I know magic. I know the impulses that follow you even during sleep. I know the nightmares and the problems of trying to control power that really wants to control you. And I know what it's like when all that is taken from you. We can help each other.
And it's not like I have other options. Not in the long term. You're right. I'm hiding from it here. I need to get out there and find a real solution. I'll wait by the main gate, and we'll see if your actions can match your words. You should stock up here before we go.
I will meet you by the gate.
Just don't keep me waiting. or you might find I changed my mind.
That was well done.
I've heard a lot about that. I'm not sure I believe it.
Yes, I'd heard things were rough there too.
Наверное. Сколько тут всяких личностей.
Why are you torturing yourself
you.
like that?
Hey, it's you.
Yes, Frank. It's me, Jax.
I heard they shot you down. That you were dead. Apparently that was wrong. But if you're here, does that mean you're a separatist now? Will you stay here and support our cause? I'm sure you would be very welcome.
What cause?
We've broken free from Zakor, from being slaves to Elex. And we've worked, persuaded people to allow us into the city. And now we're here, we are working to be allowed to stay. Would you be willing to help us?
I will give you my support.
Good. We have to stick together. People blame us for this war, even though we left Zakor to escape it. They will doubt us until the day peace begins. I mean, they don't even trust each other. Among all these warring people, all these different agendas, we, you and I, share a similar destiny. It's the only way anyone will survive.
Тебе нужна помощь.
Do you need help?
It is good that you offer to help us. The Berserkers are already trying to get us thrown out of the city. We need the protection offered by this place. We won't survive without it. We've persuaded people here that we are worth a chance. But there will always be those who won't see it that way. And the Albs and Zakor want us dead. If we're to stay, we need someone to get to Caleb and York. They are key to our future.
About the threat of you being thrown out of the city. What is the problem with Caleb and York?
York is a berserker. He's accused us of spying for the Albs and Zakor. He claims he saw us handing over information about the shield generators. It's completely illogical. We are the ones with the most to lose if Zakor captures this city. But the free people are prisoners to emotion. It makes them doubt logic. They have already thrown one of our group out of the city. Now they are threatening the rest of us with the same fate. We are no friends of the Albs and Zakor. They would see us dead. We want this to be our home now. We need the free people to understand this.
I will help you.
Good. That is the response I wanted. It is best if you go straight to York. Caleb is already attempting further arguments to ensure our exclusion. But it is York's statement that has put us in danger. That lie underpins Caleb's argument against us. If people believe we are working with the enemy, we will be exiled from the city and left to die. But if York confesses his lie, then Caleb would no longer have the proof he claims. They would have no reason to expel us.
What goods have you got?
Не брони ничего, только...
Are you here to pay me the... What do you want from me? To drive me off? Or maybe even have me killed?
You don't scare me. Your people are a plague upon this land. Although, there is something different about you. Do you usually spend time with people like us?
I know a lot of Albs.
You do? There are few non-Albs who can say that. We could use more people who speak for us. Their free people fear us. That is an obstacle to our survival.
Так, ладно. Решаем проблемы чужие. Вот, и что ли? Сейчас сохранимся, мы перед тобой.
If you're here for the food rations, then I'll tell you what I told the other 100 people. Someone must have been making a joke. I don't have anything to sell or give out, so you can just turn around and leave.
I'm not here about the food rations.
You're not? Ah, is that so? Well, then I'm sorry. I have been the butt of a joke that has left me rather angry, and I thought... Well, I'm sorry. It's just... I'm just so sick of it. The belligerence between the berserkers and outlaws. Everything was simpler when I was a cultivator in Goliath. We had laws and everyone obeyed them. Why can't people just all work together?
Fink sent me.
Did he? Well, I don't have anything to say to those Albs. This whole thing between Caleb and Fink is starting to get on my nerves. I shouldn't have said anything, okay? But what's done is done, and that's that.
Тогда расскажи мне, что произошло.
Tell me your version of the story.
My version? I'm stuck between the two of them. I told Caleb in confidence that I saw Fink meet an Alb outside the city. Could have been a separatist, but I wasn't sure. I didn't see any more than that, but Caleb decided to tell the clerics. He convinced me that the Alb Fink met must have been from Zakor. But I have no real idea who he was, or what faction he's with.
If you feel that way, why don't you go back to Goliath?
No. Those days are gone. I left willingly to establish a world heart here in Abessa. But when it became clear that the seedling wouldn't grow, Caleb decided that we would remain here. And whatever Caleb says is best. But now, no, I can't go back. We went against orders from Goliath. If I go back now, they'll just stick me in a cage, no questions asked.
About the situation with the separatists.
Do you have any idea what I should do? I feel this is a mess.
I should speak to Caleb before I give you any advice.
Do that. The less I have to do with this, the better. I have to go.
Caleb, ну-ка. Найдем
You escaped in a crate?
Yeah, those idiots had no idea I was in there. I waited till they were busy with the next one, slipped out.
You know I can see you, right?
Yeah.
So, I have to go.
Just get out of here. Hey, you're not allowed. Good idea.
Just watch out for those damned albs. There's still some of them out there.
Someone needs to go out there and kill every last raptor.
Listen to your orders. Do your duty.
A few shards and all this will be easier.
I'm certain of it.
Those creatures need dealing with.
How many people have we lost? And you still think that? You're an idiot.
A few shards and all this will be easier. Nobody listens to me.
Ладно, сейчас так пройдусь, посмотрю.
You got lucky.
That wasn't luck. That was pure skill.
I wonder if he was serious about that.
Fucking elves. They'll cost all of us.
It seems like you're tolerated here in the city.
That is exactly what we are. Tolerated. We are still a long way from being accepted.
Elves who have freed themselves from the influence of the Elexitors. Fascinating.
There are definitely those who see us as a novelty, which is all right, as long as they also understand that we are also people. This city is a place of freedom, but all the old suspicions remain. The outlaws claim they are being oppressed. The clerics say they are neutral, but they aren't. The berserkers, they don't seem to know what they're doing, apart from avoiding their laws. We are trying to discover who we are. I think people see that we are all here for a new start.
Понятно. Дело ясное, что дело темное. Тут ну что такое? Никого и ничего тут нет. Тут да.
I saw you. You saw me what? I saw how you came through into the dome. Who are you? Why were you allowed in? That's none of your business. Then it sounds like you got in here illegally. As much as the clerics claim they control the gates, they really don't seem to be able to stop people getting in. And by that, I don't just mean you. Can you believe it? There are fucking Albs in the city.
Who
are you? Caleb. I lead the berserkers who've chosen to settle here in Abessa. Does that mean you're exiles? Well, none of us are allowed to return to Edan now. Or we just end up being sent to the valley. As to why they came here, well, the first settlers were sent to Abessa to plant a world heart to expand the forest of Edan out here. But they were cut off from Edan by the Alps, left on their own to survive. And after a while, they decided to keep it that way. The warlords in Goliath weren't happy. But they're stretched too thin for another conflict, so here we are. And since they settled here, others have joined us. Some are escaped exiles, others just chose to leave Edan. What do you have against the separatists? They are coming here, to our city. The only city with a real chance of peace among the factions. If it was up to me, then we would make sure these Albs went somewhere else. They might say we have the same goal, the same enemy, but I don't believe a word of what they say. Who says they aren't spies sent here to deactivate the dome? They can't be trusted. You want to have all the separatists thrown out of the city? Yeah. And you know what? I have already started to make it happen. I'll recruit anyone who'll help get this done. We have an eyewitness who claims to have seen the separatists exchanging information with the Albs. Traitorous bastards. What information do you think they've shared? The Berserker Jorg saw Fenk meet with an Alb in front of the city. Why would they meet if it wasn't to exchange information about the dome? Sadly, Jorg is the only one who's seen Fenk. And now he started saying he isn't sure he really saw Fenk meet an Alb from Zakor. So I have to jog Jorg's memory, or make sure he stops denying what he said. There has to be a way to do that. You don't think that Jorg could have been wrong in the first place? No, never. You can't trust these separatists. They'll betray us sooner or later for sure. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning.
Понятно.
Why are you torturing yourself over that?
Точных доказательств нет, а уже выкинуть хотят. Понятно. Сейчас мы вот это...
You were lucky.
Yeah, well, maybe I got luck and skill.
Так, тут нет, ты где ты? Там что ли сидишь? Ну куда он все гасает?
Done here.
About this situation with the separatists.
Do you have any idea what I should do? I feel this is a mess.
Go to the clerics and tell them you made a mistake.
I can't do that. Caleb will call me a traitor. And for all I know, Caleb is right. That Alb could have been from Zakor. What if Fenk actually is an Alb spy?
I spoke with Fenk. He is not a spy.
How can you be sure? Whatever it was I saw it. Don't you think it's suspicious? And even if this Alb was a separatist, we don't really know what they want either, do we? No. No, it's too risky just to hope he's innocent. I can't say anything to the clerics.
If that is your decision.
Yes. I'm sorry, but we can't risk it. Not if Caleb could be right. You've helped me decide. Thank you. The separatists must leave the city. I will go to Caleb and tell him that I won't say anything.
That was a strange choice.
Собака, блин. А загрузка где последняя у меня была? Ладно, хоть тут рядышком. Барбак.
About the situation with the separatists.
Do you have any idea what I should do? I feel this is a mess.
Go to the clerics and tell them you made a mistake.
I can't. And for all I know, Caleb, what if Fenk actually is an Alb spy?
You shouldn't let Caleb intimidate you.
You're right. I let him push me around even when we were living in Goliath. I was always following someone or other and doing what they told me. You're right. I've done Caleb's bidding without question for far too long, and where's it got me? I'll go to the clerics and tell them the Albs are innocent. You've helped me decide. Thank you. I will go to the clerics and do the right thing. I don't want someone to be thrown out of the city because of me.
That was a strange choice.
Все. Странный выбор, да?
You were lucky.
Yeah, well, maybe I got lucky.
Сепаратисты, сепаратисты.
Fucking elves. They'll cost all of us.
You may remain in the city.
You managed to get Jorg to admit his lie to the clerics? That is good. It seems we can trust in the clerics' justice after all. Your service should be rewarded. That is half of my daily ration. I hope it is enough to show thanks.
You don't feed the belly, the rest of the body will die.
Don't mess me around. I'll mess with you.
В городском саду. Так, с этими побазарили, что сделали.
Well then, follow me.
Так. Элита Фрэн. Заданец какой. Не хочу. Это дальше. Это. Можно, конечно, сходить. Надо сходить. И посмотреть, пойдем. Вот с
One shard, 2 shards. You'd think people could spare that, wouldn't you?
What kept you?
I'm here now.
So you are. And are you planning on telling me where you've set up camp or what comes next? Or do I have to wait for that too?
Okay, I'll tell you what's happened so far.
You've done a lot, but you still have got a lot of work ahead of you. Or we have.
And we're not going to get where we need to without a jetpack.
Don't worry, I know how to use one of those. I'll keep up with you. Now can we talk about my problem?
You said you wanted to study the properties of Elex. How will you do that?
I can feel the presence of Elex. Mostly where it's present in great quantities.
Like the converter?
You don't need any special powers to feel the Elex there. No, I'm talking about unrefined Elex. When it's raw, latent. I can learn more from it when it hasn't been altered. I want to explore Magalan and look for some large deposits of unrefined Elex.
Deposits? I thought Elex arrived with the comet.
You're right. Part of its power is that it isn't from here. I want to discover how it is spread across Magalan. But when it is processed by the Albs, the Elex changes. It becomes polarized. The transmuted form that the Berserkers get from their mana shrine changes it in similar ways. That keeps some of its power, but it's the Elex that came with the comet that I want to learn more about. I feel that there are secrets to learn about it. To understand those secrets, I need it untouched, pure Elex.
How do you want to find these large Elex deposits?
When the comet impact spread Elex across Magalan, it found its way everywhere. Into the seas, the rock, the air we breathe. But it is collected and concentrated in some places. I have felt the vibrations, the presence of these deposits. I want to track them down and examine them.
Where can you find this unrefined Elex?
The first deposit I'd like to investigate is north of the city of Abessa. I can show you.
If it's so close, why hasn't anyone else found it?
I don't know. Maybe because nobody can feel Elex like I can.
Your senses are better than Alb technology?
Come with me and find out.
All right, show me the way.
It's not far from the city. Follow me. There is a vast amount of Elex flowing into the sea. It washes out of the cliffs and the ground, and it flows out across the planet. Elex is everywhere.
But you still think we need to find concentrations of it?
Yes, from the moment the comet struck, Elex has been seeping into everything on Magalan. That makes the background noise from it hard to read. If I'm to learn more, we must follow those mutants to find where the Elex is coming from. We know where we have to go. I'll follow you this time. I'm better at sensing Elex than any person I know. But there are mutants with the same ability. We should be careful in case the Elex deposit has attracted them.
В бехилище, ну там, я бы сказал. Рано сюда, рано. Ладно. Поговорю с этим, да и хватит на сегодня.
About this situation.
Do you
Go to
and what if
you're
you
That was a strange choice.
Не схожу, расскажу. Не пока хватит на сегодня.
You were lucky.
Yeah, well, maybe I...
Hey, lucky.
Fucking elves. They'll cost all of us.
Well, well.
You may remain in this.
That is good. It seems we can trust in the cleric's justice. Your sir, that is half of my daily.
Здесь сохранилось. Продолжу в следующий раз. Скорее всего, завтра продолжение будет. Спасибо, ребят, за просмотр. Пока. Всем пока.